We will get started in 1 second. All right. Here we go. All right, give me 1 second and we will get started here. Give me 1 second. All right. All right. All right. Oh, he's gone. What's going on? Charlotte. All right. I don't see a question there. I just see the name of a city. I have a flight from MSP, Minneapolis tomorrow. Do you think it'll be affected? There's going to be some delays. I will say Minneapolis is pretty good with snow. The issue is we could get a tiny bit of ice on the front end just for over the first hour or two, and then it's all snow the rest of the day. That ice is probably going to be a bigger delay than the snow. I don't think we're going to cancel flights tomorrow, but, well, no, there's going to be issues. I forgot about the wind factor with this one because this is a blizzard type setup, 50 mile per hour gust. There's going to be issues tomorrow with flying. I'd expect a delay or a cancellation. At a minimum, a delay. Marissa, what's going on? You ready for your blizzard? I'm going to go to B-dubs with my mother-in-law, and I'm going to try to time it so that I can get trapped there so that I don't have to go back and watch my kids. So we're going to go there maybe around like 12 when the heaviest snow starts, and then I'm going to be like, babe, I can't get home. I'm trapped at Buffalo Wild Wings. Blizzard outside. So, see if I can get that timing correct. I'm joking. Where am I? The January signals look so good. Ooh, they do, especially on with the GFS extended. Very negative NAO. Lots of snow chances for the south and east. For the southeast, east. Not great for the west, but there's still a little bit of a negative PNA in the west. So that means the west is going to get snow and colder air than they did in December. I mean, they've got an all-time like low snowpack in Colorado right now. I feel so bad for them. Iowa will get a little bit of snow tomorrow. I'm just letting people get in. Then I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to go through everything. And then then I'm going to take all your questions. Here's the high-end totals possible for Minneapolis. We're around 10 inches, 11 inches. Southeastern, 6 to 10 inches. Southeastern Minnesota. Expected totals come down a little bit around Minneapolis. I mean, not a ton. This is still a lot of snow. Expected totals, 5 to 7 inches. 5 to 8 inches, I'd say, through here. Pretty disappointed with what happened in New York yesterday. I think they ended up with about 4 to 5 inches of snow through the city. Dry pockets snuck in. Warm air came with it. Really, really, really ruined a lot of people's snow chances here. Still, we had really great. The snow did great up here, just to the north of Manhattan. I mean, whatever. You can't really complain about 4 to 5 inches of snow in Manhattan. You guys, the city's hot. All right. This is kind of the expectations. 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts. You can see here, we are under a winter storm watch. Okay, I'm going to go through everything right now. Give me 5 minutes, and then I'm going to take all your questions. Promise you, all your questions. Happy Saturday, everyone. I agree. What's happening with southern Minnesota tomorrow? Blizzard-like conditions. is what's happening. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. Okay, let's go over this. A developing winter... we don't need it. You don't care how this is developing. Okay. Snow will develop over western and southern Minnesota Sunday morning, while rain commences over eastern Minnesota. It's going to rain and sleet in eastern or southeastern Minnesota for like an hour, okay? And then it's going to be all snow for like 20 hours. But, you know, a little bit of ice on the road before the snow is annoying. The rain will change over to all snow as the temperature drops during the day Sunday, likely by about 10 a.m. We're all snow tomorrow. The snow will become moderate to heavy at times, especially over eastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin Sunday through Sunday evening, producing snow accumulations in excess of 4 to 6 inches. It's going to be more than that. You can see down here, excess of 5 to 8 inches, 40 plus mile per hour gusts. So, but it's going to be pretty bad. Travel may become significantly impacted Sunday through Sunday night due to both moderate and heavy falling snow at times, along with strong winds accompanying the falling snow, which may reduce visibilities for prolonged periods. We're talking about you're not even going to have a quarter mile visibility. We're talking about 100 feet visibility. Very, not even. We're talking very, very low visibility. Very low visibility. All are urged to keep up with the latest forecast and prepare to alter travel if necessary. So, yes. So, the strongest winds and lowest visibilities are expected over western through far southern Minnesota, where blizzard conditions are possible. I would say blizzard conditions are expected. It's the only thing I'd change there. We will likely get blizzard warnings. Soon. They like to put blizzard warnings out about 24 hours before, so I'd expect blizzard warnings to go out within the next 4 hours for this region. All right, let's quickly go over here. I'm going to get to all your questions. You know, I like to just update you all on what's going on first. So here's our storm. Start getting some snow falling as we get into tomorrow morning. This includes a little bit of snow maybe in eastern Colorado, a little dusting over portions of northern Kansas, a little dusting out there, dusting to an inch or two out there in eastern Nebraska, the Dakotas, 1 to 3 inches. But northwestern Iowa, northern Iowa, this is when we could start getting 2, 3, 4 inches. Most of Minnesota sees some pretty big snow totals here. Obviously, Minneapolis, I'm thinking we're going to land somewhere around 7 or 8 inches. If we have a good day, we could land around a foot. If we have a good day, we could land around a foot. The snow transitions out to the east. Wisconsin gets buried central to northern Wisconsin. Southern Wisconsin gets in a little bit on the fun, too. Maybe a dusting down in Chicago, but Green Bay does really well. Milwaukee could end up with 3 inches, probably closer to 2. Madison, maybe a few inches, 4 inches. Severe weather threat down here. As we get into Monday morning, late Sunday, Monday, this is a severe weather threat for the Ohio Valley. Watch this, 2% tornado threat for portions of Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, right in that region. Watch out there. This continues to push out to the east. Lake effect snow activates. UP of Michigan and pretty much the entire state of Michigan get some good snow. Southern and eastern Michigan aren't going to see as much. Western Michigan is going to see a lot. This transitions out to the east. We get good snow out here in inner New England. And then we have a chance for some of these snowflakes. What's going on here, guys? What's going on here on New Year's Day? Look at this. Look at all this snow. Here's New Year's Eve. More snow. This is New Year's Eve snow. All this is New Year's Eve snow. I'm not seeing 6 to 12 inches in here, but I'm seeing 1 to 4 inches in here on New Year's Eve, which is fun for some people. And then you get into January 1st, Ohio, Chicago, Indiana, West Virginia, and maybe even a little bit of snow in the mid-Atlantic, DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York City, right? So a little bit more snow out there. If we take a look at what the snow looks like and we go to winter, don't worry, I'm going to get to all your questions in a second. Let's go to our 24-hour snowfall. Here's January 1st. Look at that snow transitioning out there. See that? First through the upper Midwest, then through the Midwest, and then given the chance for an inch or two out here. And this isn't we're not going to have a dry pocket of air here. What happened last night, you get a little bit of a dry pocket, warm air sneaks into the mid layers of the atmosphere, always possible to ruin your snow. This is going to be more than cold enough. So if you get the moisture here, you're likely going to see nice fluffy snow falling because you're very cold at this point here. You're very, very cold at this point here. Like, look at this. We're talking here. I'll really quickly do this because I want to get to your guys' questions. But mid-Atlantic, while the snow is falling, we're talking about we're talking about you're in the teens, not in the 30s. So this would just be snow if you get that moisture out there, which is a possibility. Anyways, to wrap this up, Very cold air out east. We get a little bit of warm air zonal flow real quick, and then we get back to cold air again. More snow for the upper Midwest, more snow for the Ohio Valley, Midwest, and then what's this? Another chance for good snow right here. And this, if Philly missed out on the last one, look at this. Look at this sign. Look at this sign for potentially a nor'easter. The GFS has this system a little bit closer to the coast. The GFS has a foot of snow up the coast here around January 7th, 8th. The Euro pushes it a little bit off. The Euro AI likes a nor'easter here. Listen, some of you are saying, well, it's not going to happen. It's better to have a chance than to not have a chance. I'd tell you if you didn't have a chance. This is actually a great sign. Negative NAO moving into end of the first week and the beginning of the second week of January. More snow for the Midwest. Nor'easter chance there. And then our polar jet collapses. You see some snow chances down here. What's happening out west this whole time? Well, we have a ridge building up. Warm, dry. We're warm and dry over the next, really, 5 or 6 days. Then we get some more moisture moving back out there. And hopefully we get this right here as we get into around January 3rd, 4th. And we get some good snow for the Rockies. Especially for Utah, Colorado. That's what we need there. But warmer than average out west. Look at the end of this run. Holy smokes. Lots of chances for some southern snow and potentially a nor'easter here. So let's cross your fingers. But it's a good sign. You like the way the oscillations look. If you look at the teleconnections, pretty nice. Last thing I'm going to show you, then I'll get to questions, is, well, temperature-wise, in case you were wondering. Temperature-wise, guys, let's go to anomalies. Watch the east. Huge Arctic blast. A little bit of warm air moves in. Another Arctic blast. A little bit of warm air moves in. Another Arctic blast. You guys see what's happening. The east is trending cooler. And European weeklies agree. We go to our 7-day anomalies. Watch as we get into January. Look at that, especially as we get into mid to late January. If we're this cold around January 20th, the coldest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, we're gonna break some records and get a chance for snow down here in the south. So watch out for that. All right, let's talk about it. I'm gonna take everyone's questions. I'm done with my presentation. All right, so let me get back here. Make sure everything's up. Okay, what's going on? Omaha, Nebraska. Expected amounts over the next 72 hours. About a half an inch. Could get about a half an inch of snow. Why is New York City allergic to good snow? I mean, you guys have got about 4.5 inches. You know, it's better than nothing. You guys have had more snow so far this year. I think you guys are actually running above your average right now. Let's take a look. Map, snow, mid-Atlantic, season to date. Yeah, because this isn't accounting for the snow that just fell. So New York City has seen about a foot of snow so far this year. I'll show you this. It's seen about a foot of snow so far this year. It's been a little bit spread out, but yeah, you're actually at or slightly above your average snowfall this year. And did you not just look at what I was just showing you guys? There's some really good opportunities for Philly, for DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York City snowfall here in January. So I still stick with what I said with my winter forecast. I expect above. Boston is running behind. So I'm not going to circle Boston, but I still expect, although I think there's some good snow for Boston in January too, above average snowfall in this region. I think average to above average is, I'm leaning above average is still a pretty good shot here. Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Don't know where that is. Much easier if you can just give me a sector of the state. I don't know what every small city in every state is. So southeastern Minnesota, Minneapolis Metro. Is it near St. Cloud? Wilmar, where is it? Talk to me about Chicago. Not much snow expected over the next 72 hours in Chicago. Maybe a dusting to a half an inch. But there is snow farther out for Chicago. I don't know where Dakota County, Minnesota is. I've lived in Minnesota for 5 months. Okay. I usually look it up, but if I look up everyone's small city or town, I can't. It takes me forever to answer people's questions, and I want to answer everyone's questions. I want to answer as many questions as possible for you guys. So it's not even, I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to answer as many questions as I can. Really quickly here. What was I just going to talk about here? Oh, Chicago. Here, look at this. This would be really nice for you guys. You could have decent snow falling on New Year's Eve night and at midnight. right? We're watching this right here. So this wouldn't be a ton of snow, but 1 to 4 inches in Chicago, New Year's Eve, maybe around midnight. I like this for you guys. So let's continue to watch that. And then there's a signal for some more snow. You can see right there out in the distance, right? Northern Virginia. A little bit right here. Let's watch what happens out here. Let's watch what happens January 1st, January 2nd. You'll have a chance for some snow there if it doesn't get caught along the Appalachian Mountain Range. And then you can see what happens here as well as we push out towards the 5th and 6th of January. Right there as well. Some chances for Northern Virginia moving forward. It's not looking grim for Northern Virginia. Oop, might get snow on New Year's Eve. Yeah, you might. Yeah, you might. What about Iowa for New Year's Day? Let's check out New Year's Day for Iowa. It looks freezing. What, probably 10 degrees to 15 degrees below average and dry. Yep. You talked about blizzard conditions in Minneapolis. Traveling from Chicago to Minneapolis tomorrow. Your flight, I don't know when your flight's coming in, but I hope it's before 12 o'clock. I'll just say that. I'll zoom in on there real quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. We're going to have a mess on our hands. We are going to have a mess on our hands in Minnesota, Wisconsin, portions of northern Iowa. When I get back, let me quickly go over this. Let's look at our possible wind gusts tomorrow. I really should be looking at the HRRR, but here you go. Here you go. Let's look at the HRRR. And 17Z. I really want the 18Z. Okay, whatever. Let's go to the 12Z here. Possible wind gusts. Moving into tomorrow. You see we get into the 40s, 50s. Okay. Now this is heavy snow. Our wind chills right now. This is at the same time we're having heavy snow, 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, extremely low visibility, and our feels like temperatures around -10 to -15 degrees. What do you guys think about traveling into this area with low visibility? With low visibility, -15 degree wind chill, heavy snow, 50 mile per hour wind gusts. I'd be careful. Earlier in the day, you might get away with it, right? We don't really see these winds picking up and the visibility dropping until we get into the later afternoon hours, I think. Somewhere between 12 and 5. This gets bad in Minnesota. So, blizzard-like conditions, and we're going to get these warnings put out by the National Weather Service soon here. Right now, if we were to take a look, man, I really want this to be, what's our NAM doing? I really want the 18Z, the HRRR, so I can show you this a little bit better. But I'll go back to the 12Z of the HRRR, and I'll show you on here where we most likely have blizzard-like conditions if we have this type of setup. You see how tight? Here, let's go into, actually, let's go, I'll just go upper Midwest. That's terrible. I don't like that. 1 second. There's never a good way to look at Minnesota. Everything cuts it off. It's so annoying. All right, here we go. So right through here, tight isobars. Right? This could be very, right here. This is where we could have some significant winds, very low visibility, obviously freezing temperatures for everyone, but and very heavy snow. You can see right through here as well. Period of time. So, but they're gonna place it. I think they're probably gonna put blizzard warnings for a good. We're gonna see blizzard warnings. You know, like we're gonna see blizzard warnings for like these areas up here. Beginning of the day could come in. Look, as a little bit of rain on the front end. But then it's immediately all snow. The issue with portions of western Wisconsin and Minneapolis, why Minneapolis could overperform, and even parts of northern Iowa, this system is moving to the northeast, right? But it's tilting. So it's moving to the northeast, and then what happens? The system basically goes like this. The low goes like this. It's moving like this, and then it, right? And so it basically stalls, and you have snow moving in from, you have a southwesterly flow, and then suddenly a northwesterly flow as you go throughout the day. Snow moves in, begins to slow, and then watch what the snow does now. It starts moving on to the southeast. See that? So instead of moving to the northeast, now it starts moving east-southeast. So you get an area up here where it's snowing for someone in this area for 24 hours straight. Hello, Connor. Is the Siberian blast coming before mid-January? Listen, a major negative NAO looks to be setting up for the beginning of January for the East. So that's going to be, I'd expect the first 2 weeks out towards the Jersey Shore in the mid-Atlantic to run below average temperatures for sure. For sure, below average temperatures. Morgan, Marissa, B, what's poppin'? Aileen, wait, what? KJ, Red, Sprinkler Guy, what's going on, everyone? Do you think the Austin area has a chance for snow in January, February? It does. It does. January looks cold. That's why. So you need below average temperatures down there. If the month looks below average. Closer to average to slightly below average for Austin. But we have a very disrupted polar vortex still right now. It's going to send a couple shots of cold air down into the plains. So you'll have an opportunity. Not the best opportunity. I mean, this type of year, La Nina is a little bit rough. But I wouldn't say you don't have a chance. What is your snow total map for Minneapolis? I haven't really put it out. I know, and this is where I live, and I did it for the Mid-Atlantic. Should we make it right now? Well, I'll make it and post it after this live, but we'll talk about it right now. Let's go into. I hear someone headed over here. Let's go into our national blend, and let's do this. Hi. You want to say hi to stream? Do you want to say hi to stream real quick? What are you eating?
A sandwich.
What type of sandwich?
This one.
Peanut butter jelly. And who are you holding?
Ghosty.
Oh, that's the wrong hand. Ghosty. Okay. Okay. Say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Okay. I'll see you in a little bit. Go close the door. No. Don't leave your sandwich here. No, take your sandwich with you. Take your sandwich with you. Go. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm almost done. All right. Close the door. You gonna keep the door open? All right, he's gonna keep the door open. Hi, buddy. B says hi, Fisher. How much snow did New York City get? I think somewhere between 4 to 5 inches of snow. I had New York City in my 5 to 9 range, so way bottom of that range. I saw it happening last night. I was watching. Whoa, who's that? Hey, nor'easter potential for Long Island, 7 to 10. Yes. Beginning of January, we're going to have an opportunity. Maybe 2 opportunities for nor'easter. So hopefully one of them happens. $2 super chat from Kyle. Kyle, I appreciate you. We were watching. I was watching the storm last night. And you had a big bulk of snow right through here. And then you had some snow down here. And you had a big dry slot that moved in right here. Warm air. Dry air where you had a period of like 3 hours where it should have been snowing, where it was just nothing. Complete dry slot. Went right through New York City. Obliterated some of the totals. And this is why this is what we talk about with snow. The atmosphere is going to do weird crap. Can't always know where that weird dry slot could form. Snow bands. Snow doesn't move in a big clump. It bands. So sometimes you go 10 miles north and they have 3 more inches of snow than you. You go 10 miles south, they have 3 more inches of snow than you because you weren't in the banding. I was watching that before I went to bed last night, and I was like, ugh, I feel so bad. Now, 4 to 5 inches of snow in New York City. Like I said, New York City has seen a foot of snow. They're running about their average to slightly above average for this year. So not a bad year so far, and they have some good chances moving ahead. So I'm not too concerned with New York City. DC, Baltimore, Philly are going to have some good chances here as well. I'm not like, your winter's looking fine right now. All right, National Blend. This is very aggressive. This is very aggressive for the National Blend. The National Blend is conservative sometimes because it takes some models that don't show snow and averages them in. So holy smokes, the National Blend showing almost 11 inches in Minneapolis. That's pretty crazy. Some 2 to 4 northern Iowa. You can see what's happening up here. I think we get a little more snow than this in western Minnesota, but central to northern Wisconsin. Listen, okay, after this live, I will post on my X, Discord, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, my snow expectations for tomorrow's storm. I do think there's an area right out here where there's a bigger cutoff of snow because remember, you have your snow moving in and then it kind of stalls and then moves back. And some of the heaviest stalled snow is probably going to be east of this line. So I think there's going to be a sharper cutoff from here. Actually, they show a pretty sharp cutoff from here to here. I like the National Blend, what it's doing there. But I'll go over that. But here's your National Blend. Jasmine, what's going on? Nor'easter potential for DC? There is. I mean, yep, we were showing. You like what you're seeing on the latest European here moving forward? Really nice. Potentially some snow out there in the short term as we get into New Year's Day night. Okay, New Year's Day night. Why did I say that? Look at this. A little bit of a tilting trough out here. Potential for some good snow. Little nor'easter potential there around January 6th. And then right here as well. This could be a big, big storm. Another nor'easter potential there, right? Too far out. We don't want to take it too seriously. But we have the oscillation set up we want, a negative NAO. A little bit of a ridge building in the west. Good downstream cold air from that cold pooling in western Canada, and our stratospheric polar vortex, our weak stratospheric polar vortex dumping that cold air on the planet down into the mid-latitudes. Here's the GFS. Again, chance for some snow out there. January or New Year's night, right? Look at this. Another chance for snow out there. Mid-Atlantic, New England coast. The 3rd, 4th. Here we go. Nor'easter setup potential out towards the 9th, 10th, right? And then another one right here. So there's some opportunities. There's some opportunities here to be had. What does our European AI actually say? Or sorry, what does our GraphCast say? Right? Next gen AI model. This thing's supposed to be better than everyone else. Obviously sees the big blizzard up there for the upper Midwest. Okay, sees this. Actually, oh wow, the European AI likes maybe more snow than a lot of people are predicting. New Year's Eve through Minneapolis, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit. The GraphCast likes that. Maybe a little bit heavier snow than expected New Year's Eve there. Indiana, Illinois. We'll have to watch that short range tomorrow. And then look at this. The GraphCast also agrees. Maybe a little bit of snow out here along the coast. January 1st. Interesting here. GraphCast, this is a very far south 540 line. Again, snow chances out here on the GraphCast. January 3rd to January 4th. Lots of cold air moving down. Polar jet starts to collapse a little bit in the west. Maybe a little bit of snow chances for the Rockies here. Moving forward a little bit here. Southern snow shot there, potentially. And then you can see the GraphCast has this nor'easter opportunity too. We need this low pressure 200 miles to the west for this to be a big nor'easter. But luckily for us, that's 240 hours out, so it's very possible we get that trending back that way. Another chance for mid-Atlantic New England snow there on the GraphCast. It's looking pretty good for the east. It's not looking as bad for the west as it was in December, but not fantastic for the west once again. Realistically, how much snow tomorrow for Minneapolis? Potential for blizzard warning? No, Rick, I would expect Minneapolis to get a blizzard warning. The only reason there's not a blizzard warning right now is because blizzard warnings aren't issued, or warnings, whether it's a blizzard warning, whether it's a hurricane warning, these types of things aren't issued until 24 hours before they expect blizzard-like conditions to take effect, right? So blizzard-like conditions would probably, I'm thinking we're going to get the blizzard warning here around maybe 4 or 5 p.m. today, because that's when we may be about 24 hours away from blizzard-like conditions. It's going to start snowing earlier in the morning tomorrow, or maybe around 9 to 10 a.m. But blizzard-like conditions, you can see probably starting right around this time frame here, and we're talking about, closer to 4 or 5 p.m. So I think we'll probably get some blizzard warnings out in Minnesota, maybe northern Iowa, maybe Wisconsin, northern, western Wisconsin, maybe even central Wisconsin as we get into later afternoon into the evening. I'd be surprised if Minneapolis didn't get a blizzard warning. Do you think we have a shot 6+ in Grand Rapids? Let's take a look at the latest here. The one thing that does stink a little bit for Minneapolis here, and that could affect our totals, is we're getting up to like 42 degrees here today. The surface warms just a tad, and that makes that snow accumulation maybe over the first 2 hours. Like maybe you don't get, like snow's falling for 2 hours, but it's not accumulating yet because it has to refreeze the ground. So, but we're going to be snowing for 16 to 20 hours. So do I think that's going to wipe off 5 inches of snow? No, but it could wipe off an inch or two. Still, Minneapolis Metro, portions of Minneapolis Metro, I think could get 10+ inches. I would say my guess is 6 to 10 through Minneapolis Metro. It's going to depend on the banding. But I don't see anyone in Minneapolis Metro getting under 4 inches of snow, maybe 5+, 6+ inches. So, yeah, let's take a look at Michigan real quick. Here we go. Let's just take a look through Monday. Yeah, right now, I mean, here, let's, is the HRRR, oh, no, we need the 18. The 18C HRRR is loading in. Okay. Let's look at our national blend for Grand Rapids. which is what, here. Let's look at our national blend. National blend is being very kind to Grand Rapids. 5 to 8 inches of snow. Emmanuel, you can usually see stuff as other places, including Discord. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I asked today in my Discord. I'm going to show my Discord real quick. Am I in streamer mode? Streamer mode is enabled. Okay. I'm going to show my Discord real quick. So I asked today, what was it in general chat? I said, does anyone actually use... Okay, I update this every day. Snowfall updates. This is the 24-hour and 48-hour expected snowfall, right? Winter storm updates. I update this every day, every single day, usually in the morning. Here's all the snow expected in the next 48 hours from our short-range models, right? Here's the National Weather Service expected totals. Every single day I come in here and I update this. Temperature updates. You want to know what the temperatures are going to be like? Here's your max temperatures today, minimum today. Minimum today, max today, minimum tomorrow, max tomorrow. Here's our 6 to 10 day. Here's our 8 to 14 day. Rainfall. I do it for rainfall. Everything in here is updated every single day, so you can check what the new updates are every single morning. Do we have any severe weather today? Do we have a tornado risk today? Do we have a high wind? Do we have a hail risk today? Extend it. When could we see? Oh, look, today. Day 2. This is tomorrow. Severe weather chance out here with the tornado risk, by the way. CSU, Colorado State University. That dot right there is where we have the highest chance for severe weather. That is St. Louis tomorrow, right? So wildfire. What's going on with wildfires? Wildfire hazard right here. Earthquake. What type of earthquakes have we had within the last 24 hours? Big 6.6 earthquake off the coast of Taiwan. Drought monitor. Here's the latest on our drought. Volcano. Here's volcano activity. Enzo. What's going on with our Enzo? Are we going into a El Nino? What's happening? Hurricane updates and nothing's happening. Storm reports. But I update this every single day. So I'm like, I hope some people are using it. I hope some people are using it. By the way, if you want to join my Discord, link is in the description of my YouTube, of every YouTube video, every YouTube live. It's free to join. Come in there. We hang out. We talk. You get all the updates. So, but I hope people are using it. Because I've been updating that every single day for a year straight. And it takes me about 40 minutes every single day. And it's all every day. It's brand new information, up to date. A few times a month I sleep in and forget to update it, but it's rare. It's usually updated every day and every morning. All right, I'm gonna get back to questions here. I'm trying to even add more. I'm gonna start adding probably an area for Europe. I want to include Alaska, Hawaii, so we can expand what I'm covering. Thanks, Jasmine. That's what I'm here for. All right, let me get back to answering questions. I'm going to bring back up our Euro so I can see what's happening here. What's going on, Fade? What is going on? This has so much good information, so helpful, and all in one spot. I appreciate that. Texas, please. Texas. Hey, we're going to get cold. Maybe a little tiny snow in western Texas. But the next few days, I was talking to Yali about this. Temperature anomalies. Watch what's happening in the southern plains. We are 5 to 10 degrees below average getting into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe. Oh, there's Wednesday. We actually get maybe around average there. Thursday, we start to warm up, and then there you go, we get warmer air. But we're pretty cool Monday to Friday. Maybe you start to get a little bit hotter on Friday. I'd say Monday to Thursday looks pretty nice on the southern plains in Texas, cold air wise. We're gonna get below freezing. Feels like it's gonna get below freezing Monday to Wednesday down there, likely. Actual temperature in northern Texas could get below freezing. Flint? What about Flint? Bus for Central New Jersey. Big bus for Central New Jersey, yeah. Yep. It was pretty bad. I was watching it last night as I was going to bed. Huge dry slot. Not expect it. Let's, huge dry slot. This whole area right here, snow just disappeared. disappeared. And you saw the temperatures from 800 millibar to 200 millibar level spike up. Worst possible thing that could have happened. New York City still ended up with around 4 to 5, which was my low end possibility for them, which was my lowest end possibility for them. I had 1 to 3 possible for Philly. Philly ended up with like a half inch. So just unfortunate what happened down here. Too much dry air crept in. You had a warm pocket of air sneak in. They hit their highs up here. Upstate New York, Hudson Valley, portions of Western Connecticut, they ended up doing very well, but southern portions get screwed sometimes. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in that. I feel like it's been years since we've had over 6 inches from a storm. Yeah, a couple opportunities here in early January, and I hope it happens for you guys. New York City, like I said, though, still running their average slightly above average this year. Not too bad. Triple T, I appreciate you, Jasmine. Snow in Flint, Michigan. Oh, you're looking for snow? Are we getting snow in Flint, Michigan? Hold up. I know where Flint is, but I'm forgetting. There you are. Everyone knows about Flint. Okay, here we go. Little opportunity here. Sunday to Monday. Really, this is going to be more Monday for you. I'll just jump into the state and we can take a look at what your snow totals are expected. Well, let's look at the next 72 hours. Actually, that's much easier. We can take a look from the National Weather Service. Flint, Michigan expected around 2 inches. Around 2 inches expected over the next 72 hours. On the high end, maybe you get up to 3 to 4 inches over the next 72 hours. Chance of January 1 snow in New Jersey? Yeah. Later in the evening, there is a chance. There's a chance. You can see that you can see what's happening here on the Euro, giving us a chance for some snow here. And this would not be sleet or ice. This would just be, sorry, move. This would not be sleet or ice. You're like 19 degrees here, 15 degrees here. So you wouldn't have to worry about the mixing or anything, but this wouldn't probably be very heavy snow. Potentially, you see a little bit of heavier snow trying to develop down here, central to southern Jersey, right? This could be a quick burst of 1 inch of snow, 2 inches of snow. We'll watch. We're gonna get into the shorter ranges. Really not tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. We'll get into the shorter ranges and we can see, do we get a quick burst of 1 to 3 inches out there, Philly, New York City, Jersey? It's possible right now, around New Year's Day, yeah. And what's good about this type of snow, if it does happen, like I said, we're not battling warm air. We're not going to have a sneaky pocket of warm air come in here because our freezing line is way to the south, whereas this last storm, our freezing line was basically right through the state. And that's where you have issues. That's where you get dry slots. That's where you underperform like crazy. If things go wrong, which they went pretty wrong just south of New York City yesterday, a little bit in New York City as well. I wouldn't mind some snow. The brutal cold. No, yeah, but some snow would be nice. I agree. Yeah, definitely in the mix. So tell us about bomb cyclone Sunday to Monday. This bad boy up here. Well, we can see what the high end chances for snow are up here. All right, so we're talking this whole region. We're talking 6 inches to a foot of snow is possible. And then you're getting into 2 feet in the UP at Michigan. But 6 inches to a foot, I would say the foot obviously is more likely in this region, right? You could high end see 12 plus in here, 6 plus in here. I think the NWS is doing a pretty decent job with this. And then we're talking about potentially gusting winds, 50 plus mile per hour gusting winds. Visibility down to 100 feet, 50 feet. And we're talking about maybe 24 hours straight of snowfall. Pretty good storm. Pretty good storm. I think we're likely to get some blizzard-like conditions, or likely get some blizzard warnings through this region here. Right? A lot of people in here are going to get blizzard warnings. They're not out yet because they're waiting until blizzard conditions are likely 24 hours away, which is we're probably about 27, 28 hours away from blizzard-like conditions. Snow totals for the DC, Baltimore area. Well, it depends. I want to actually show you guys this, and I haven't showed it this stream yet. I want to show you guys the GFS ensemble. Winter. Snowfall. Notice what's happening here. And this is the first time we've really seen the GFS ensemble put some darker grays down here in the south. See that? So, what does it mean when the ensemble does that? The GFS has like 25 different runs it does, right? It has an operational run and then it runs maybe 24 more times. Some of those runs have outcomes that put a snowstorm right through here. Some of the GFS runs think we have a snowstorm right through here. Beginning of January, first 2 weeks of January, first 10 days of January. Obviously, the higher confidence is snow here. If you're in blues, the GFS likes your opportunity for more snow ahead. This isn't the snow that just fell. This is another opportunity for snow ahead. So, getting pretty far south there. You look at the European ensembles here. Not terrible. There are some runs that clearly put snow down here. You wouldn't see any grays, dark grays, if we didn't have runs that didn't, if we didn't have some European runs that put a snowstorm down in the south. That's why they're showing up here. This is pretty good from the European ensemble too. You can see the blues, dark grays up here. DC up through Boston, right? Or along the coast. This is not too bad of confidence when you have the GFS and European ensemble seeing this. What is our European on? What is our Euro AI ensemble see? Again, good confidence. Really high confidence for Boston too, but not too bad out here. Not too bad through here. Let's see here. And this is the European AI operational. So let's get back here. Is New England getting more snow? Likely, yeah. Here's a little bit of snow. This is inner New England. More inner New England out towards coastal New England. Opportunity for some good snow right here for, I mean, everyone really. Baltimore up to Boston. Look at this. I mean, this would be nice for everyone out here. And then you get a chance for a nor'easter. I mean, this is a really active model, but this is an operational, this is a control run. I really want to look at the ensembles more to see the pattern, because you're not going to see this. It doesn't know exactly where snow is going to fall this far out, but you're following the pattern. The pattern is a colder pattern out east, a negative NAO pattern out east, North Atlantic oscillation, tilting cold air into the east, trying to drive winter storms up the coast, right? That's the pattern through the beginning of January. Can't tell you where snow is going to fall 4 days out from now plus. I can tell you where snow is more likely to fall, though. The region, it's more likely to fall. There's your New Year's Eve snow, by the way. If you're in the blue there, maybe you have a chance, or right around there. Again, I was talking about this earlier. I think anyone in this area, anyone in that area has a chance for snow, because this snow is going to shift a little bit for New Year's Eve. Was this for all January? That was just the first 10 days of January I was showing you on that control run. So the end of January looks really cold for the East right now. I appreciate the follows, guys. Appreciate the follows. Appreciate the subs. I got 5 new followers. Connor, give me a blizzard. 1 second. Hold up, 1 second. Hello? Hello? Yeah, Morgan wants a blizzard. No, not Morgan Wallen. No. No, my mod, Morgan. Morgan the mod. Yeah, blizzard. When? Like January 3rd? Let's do that. Let's give her some time to prepare. All right? Okay, thank you. I love you too. Bye. Okay. There you go, Morgan. Connor sent me so. I'm not making any more calls. Is this positive PNA or neutral? Looking a little positive to start off. This is like early December all over again. Remember when we transitioned right into Thanksgiving, and then the beginning of December we were cold out east and we had a lot of snow potential out here? This is looking like early December all over again. Love you too. I don't know why I threw that in. Gotta stay nice with the weather gods, you know what I mean? Gotta stay friendly with the weather gods. Okay, guys. I posted a video today talking about all of this stuff. Snow totals for the upper Midwest. Snow chances for the Northeast and the South. What's going on out west. Snow potential for the Rockies. Severe weather potential. You want to watch that? It's on my YouTube. I talk about all this. I'm going to go now and I'm going to make 1 or 2 X posts, Twitter, and I'm going to post it on my Instagram, Discord too, talking about my thoughts for the snow tomorrow and my thoughts for the chances for snow moving forward for the Northeast. If you want to look at that, I appreciate all you mods. You're awesome. Appreciate anyone who followed, subscribed, was in here, helping the algorithm. You guys are awesome. Happy holidays. Blizzard incoming for the upper Midwest tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of snow on New Year's Eve. Chicago, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Where else? Rochester. Okay. A little bit of chance New Year's Eve snow. Anyone in there, right? And then the Northeast and the East in general look cold and snowy as we push through the first couple weeks of January. I appreciate you all. I'll be posting again tomorrow. Well, I'll definitely be live streaming tomorrow for a little bit, probably in the morning. I'm going to try to post tomorrow morning, but I want to get on the live stream just so I can give you updates tomorrow morning. Everyone have a fantastic day. And I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, I'm on X. I think it's Climate Corner HQ because my name was taken. Who the heck took Connor's Climate Corner? Or no, I think it was too long. Climate Corner HQ. Climate Corner HQ on X. All right. See you guys. Peace.